saying.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
sorry.
gang.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to Dizzycast Podcast. Before we get to start on today's topic, you know we gotta do every single time. Absol, tell me, how you doing today?
I'm doing alright. I'm tired as hell, just like last week.
Understandable. Tamadachi, aka Fate, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
I'm glad to hear it. Aloe, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I just ate.
That's good. You better be fucking good. Y'all better be fucking good. I'm good. I'm real good. Uh, Today we're gonna be talking about cable and satellite versus streaming. And y'all know what cable and satellite is. Talk about the TV shits. Cause like back in the day, when we came home from school, we always just cut on the TV, see what they got on the Cartoon Network, see what they got on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel. Nowadays, shit is real different. I mean, you could still do
For
that.
me, it was WB back in the day because we didn't have cable till around the time I was going into middle school.
You right as fuck.
Yeah.
WB Kids, that shit was hitting. And I remember when I was in middle school, and I came home, we didn't have like the first year of middle school, I didn't have cable, so I just came back home and we cut on PBS Kids, cause that shit was hitting sometimes. Cause they had the electric company on, that shit was hard. So
True.
like I will say, streaming today makes shit so much easier. You could just find shit that's so good on streaming. But the thing is, one thing that cable does,
don't pay an
yeah, streaming is much cheaper. Yeah,
you don't pay an extra $30 for 50 channels you're not gonna watch.
oh
Exactly.
god,
Oh my gosh. Like I remember. Okay, I always had cable growing up, but that's just because like it was really only me for like 5 years until my sister came along. So then it was pretty cheap to get cable for us. And then I remember I had Time Warner Cable, and then they switched over to like what was it? What's the Spectrum? Spectrum is insane. They charged more money for cable, and it was worse service. Like when I had Time Warner Cable, the shit never used to drop. You could use Time Warner Cable during Hurricane Katrina and still watch TV. Like that's how good it was. But then we switched over to Spectrum, and it was dog shit. It was horrible. So then I said, okay, fuck it. This is trash. I barely started watching TV after that. And then we switched to like DirecTV. Now, DirecTV, I will say, while yes, it was pretty good service, I hated having a satellite because anytime a drop of water could hit the satellite and boom, you ain't watching TV for the whole afternoon.
I have
Like,
satellite internet right now. That's why I am at risk for the podcast.
yes. Which honestly, we can't talk about internet too because anybody
That's
who's ever
true.
gotten cable or satellite, it always comes with an internet package. Like they always
Yeah.
try to sell you it. So
We are
I'm
talking about
thinking it'd be a
streaming as
good
well. So yeah,
topic. Yes. And so that brings me to internet because cable internet is okay. The thing about cable internet is it was all right until then fiber came around and fiber ate them up. Like fiber internet is so but I've had a friend who has it, but I've never been able to personally have it because living in apartments, unless your apartment supports fiber, you can't get it. But if you live in a house, they can just install it right there in your backyard.
oh god,
And so
I don't know if you guys ever experienced this growing up with it, but it's like there would be like points in the year where your cable service would just become like worse for speeds or completely unwatchable.
yes.
And you would have to
Yeah.
constantly switch between services. So for me, it was like Comcast, Dish Network, etc.
You know what it is?
Switching back and forth like every other year.
It's the modem. The modem and the router. And the reason why I say this is because me and Dre just had this similar dilemma with we have 5G internet, right? And the thing about it is I was a little skeptical when I first heard about it, but then for the first few months of me, living up here and like using it, it was good, but it was also like it was pretty much only built for like a single household. So we upgraded the router and boom, that's where they're getting us at. Like they're scamming people with the shit routers that they give people for the connection. It's actually in the router because it's not built to send out good signals and also have four it's a type 4 bandwidth. Yeah, they're not built for that. They're just built to make you upgrade and think that, and then when you do upgrade it doesn't do anything, because I've actually been in a scenario where me and my mom were like, oh, let's just upgrade the internet, see how that does. Nothing. It was, if anything, it felt worse. And the reason why I felt worse is because the router is not even built to handle the $15 plan. How is it going to handle a $100 plan? You see what I mean? It's like,
Oh God.
and so that leads me to asking, what's not, you don't have to say what service provider you use, but like so Absol is satellite. I'm 5G. Faye, are you cable 5G satellite? What are you on?
I have cable.
Cable. Alright. And I've honestly been seeing cable have a comeback for the internet since fiber came around, like I mentioned earlier. Which, if fiber wasn't so expensive, because like I've looked at the plans, it's like 150 and up in some areas. Like it's not cheap at all.
Nope.
I will
Not at
say
all.
though.
And so, go ahead.
I will say though, Dragon makes a good point. Cable is nostalgic. Cause like,
It is.
cause when it comes to cable internet and cable TV, that shit is nostalgic. Because you lag a lot less on cable internet, and for cable TV, that shit is mostly nostalgic because cause streaming can never replicate the feeling of you just randomly cutting on your TV and you just catch the start of your favorite show on a brand new episode.
Or the feeling of when
Oh
you used to
my
look forward to a
God.
time when you knew something good was coming on.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that's the cable having a guide system, being able to see all the shows coming on at exact times. That's why I was glad to have it. But there were moments where, like, I would just straight up watch regular TV. I wouldn't use cable, like
Mm-hmm.
PBS.
PBS
Like
was
Cyber
good.
Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber Chase and Arthur are my like favorite shows from PBS. I love them. Like,
Yup.
and what was it? Imagination Dragon? No, not that. It was something where these dragons would be reading books, and it was like a blue dragon, and it
Dragon
was
Tales.
damn, I can't remember that.
Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales.
Yeah.
Yes, that shit was so
Mhm.
good. And also,
That,
wasn't
that
there
and
an
Clifford would always come on before I went to
Clifford?
school.
Yes.
Do you guys remember? It was this read between the lines something. It was
Reading
Between the
Rainbow?
lines.
some show.
Read between the
Yes,
lines.
reading
Some shit.
Rainbow. Yes, I don't know, something like that, girl. It was a
Those
long
some
time ago for
lying
me.
niggas.
It was a lion, and he was sitting in like a library.
Was it
I
the
really
Yeah,
like
that
puppet
was
watching
Between
lion?
the
him.
Lines.
Yeah, the puppet lion.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember that shit name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, y'all were right. It was Between the Lions.
It was between the lines. I
Between
bet.
the
Yeah.
it was. I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
Yes, that was so good. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I will say also, streaming does shit on cable for the simple fact that a lot of old shows will not get reruns on cable, but you can watch that entire series on streaming right now.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the bad thing about cable that if you missed it, you just straight up missed it sometimes.
Mhm.
Like you would have to buy it on demand. You could buy the episode on demand, but you would have to buy the whole season. And it
Yup.
would be like, I'm not spending $20 for a whole season when I only want to see one episode. Like that,
Mhm.
it was they did have a shitty ass system for that.
Also, it was really bad because sometimes, depending on like the show, like they could be dickheads and say like, "Hey, yo, this episode is airing one time only here. If you miss it, you miss it. Fuck you." But then then like somebody recorded it so you can just stream that shit or something, or they streaming it
I
on their
remember
fucking
back,
website 5 years later.
I remember back when I was a kid, it's like Sonic X would come on around the time we were going to church, so we would just record that on VHS tapes so we could watch it when we got back.
Yeah, VCR. I forgot
Mhm.
about VCR. VCR hit different. But at the same time, you
like-
had to pay extra for VCR.
Yeah. It was like before church it would be Sonic X. When we would get back from school it would be Cyber Chase and Mega Man Battle Network.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what was it?
Air around I think it was like 4 for me when I would get home from school, roughly.
They had so many good shows back then. And it's like that's the thing that also hits different about streaming nowadays, because if there's a good show and like they don't really market it that well, you gotta go hunting for it. You just gotta randomly scroll through like a gang of menus just to like see like, hey, there's something good on for my taste. Cause I'm brand new to this Netflix. They don't know my taste yet.
I will say, the one thing that streaming services have a bad habit of doing, but it's not that bad compared to cable, is there's no stream. I still technically say streaming is kind of new for the simple fact that yes, Netflix is boomer as fuck. It's old as shit, and it killed Blockbuster. At the same time, we still have Hulu, Netflix,
Mhm.
Disney Plus, like Paramount Plus, Peacock. Like, there's a million different streaming services right now because I feel like the streaming industry is still pretty new. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like they're still trying to. There's no like ABC of streaming where it's like everything is on here or
Mhm.
network. There's no network streaming. So I feel like once we get into a good space in the future where a lot of people, a lot of companies get together and say, "Hey, we'd make a lot more money if we were all working together versus trying to charge $10 each."
Mhm.
You see what I mean? It's like, and then hold on, not to mention Netflix. I heard they're trying to bring ads to Netflix.
Yeah.
I heard they were trying to
Mm-hmm.
bring like, and then Hulu has ads. Like, if you don't pay for Hulu ad removal, you have ads on Hulu.
The thing that you was talking about though,
Even
where
though
like,
you already pay for the service
oh
too.
God. But the thing you was talking about, like with some companies working together, they kind of do that, because Paramount Plus has like subsidiaries. Like if you have a Paramount Plus account, you can get MTV, VH1, and all that. And then, like there's some bundles where like if you get Disney Plus, you can get Hulu and ESPN.
I don't know. They do that with Verizon. If you have a Verizon plan, you get free Disney Plus and
Mhm.
Hulu, I think. But the thing about it is just like
You still
it's
can't
still a
get
huge gumbo
everything.
pot. Yeah, it's still a huge gumbo pot. But cable was no better
Yeah.
because, like Absol said earlier, paying like $30 to $50 for like 20 extra channels, like it's still
And
insane.
and
Like
most of those
I
channels are
I looked at it
ass.
recently when I had satellite. They were trying to charge $25 for like Stars Network. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? Like, y'all are fucking
They're still
wild.
trying to do that. They trying to do that on Hulu.
$25 a month. Oh yeah, Hulu. They've been trying to make you pay for extra shit, like extra channels, but that's for the live TV. And if I'm being honest, I don't ever use the live TV. The only reason why I
Nah, not
even
even
have
just
it
live
is
TV
because my
though.
mom uses it.
Not even just live TV though, because Stars specifically has like specific movies and shows and shit. And they said
Oh yeah.
you gotta pay extra for the Stars package.
Yep.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. They do that,
And I will
and they
say
have
that
that
is
little.
completely ass.
That's why I feel like a lot of people were saying like I like Hulu. I honestly will say Hulu has a lot more to offer than Netflix in terms of like they get shows like you can watch Gumball, Family Guy, all types of shit on there, but they've been trying to rack up their coins. Like they
Hmm.
will try to pick up any type of money they can.
A lot of they get a lot of their shit live too, so I respect that. Versus
Yeah, a lot
Netflix,
of their
that
shows do come up live.
like they be doing their shit weekly or live, and then Netflix they just be doing shit like you get a
Release the whole
season,
season and
you
then
gonna
you
get a
binge it.
season, and then you gonna we'll see you like in a month or two. I don't know, fuck you. But that's all. And niggas hated that for certain shows. Certain shows they didn't do good for that. They didn't do that good shit good. A lot of niggas hated that they did for JoJo. and some people hated that they did it for Stranger Things.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, for Stranger Things, I'm not gonna lie, it was mediocre once the actors started getting older because they didn't have the same effect that they used to have on me at least. Like I really liked it when they were younger and you could tell they were really excited to do this. And you could
Mhm.
tell the older they got, they were over it. They didn't
Yeah.
really want to be there anymore. Like once child actors get older and they're still doing the same show from when they were 5 years old, they don't you can literally see it in their face, they don't want to do that shit no more. Like it's just
Mhm.
it's not entertaining anymore, which
You
is
can usually see that start coming into their face by the time they've been doing it for 2 years.
On God.
yeah, like a lot of shows, and it's not their fault. They're doing what they get paid for.
It's like
Mhm.
everyone
So
wants to attack the Disney stars for what they became, but it's like, do you see what they had to go through?
On God. They had to go through a lot of bullshit, low key.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's still like cool that like for some people, I think it should be cool for some shows to be binging because like sometimes a show ain't good on the first episode. A show don't get good until episode 2. So like if you just sit there and watch episode 1 and you gotta wait for a week for episode 2, you should be like, nah, there's some
also,
bullshit.
I feel like
Nah, fuck that. I ain't
Yeah, it's
watching that
like, why
anymore.
would I want to wait for something I don't enjoy out the gate?
Oh God.
I feel like Disney did a good job most of the time with their live action shows because what they would do is if you would get approved for a show and the pilot did well, they would give you a 3 to 4 season contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a lot better than just saying, "Oh, it's gonna be like The Bold and the Beautiful, where the show gonna be on for 30 years, and you gonna be 40 years old by the time it's over, and then they're gonna do a rerun, and then they're gonna do an anniversary episode." Like a lot of networks just abuse their actors in terms of like, "Hey, you don't mind doing this for another 80 million, episodes, right? What's wrong with that?"
Hey nigga, do you want to be in
And
One Piece?
But it's crazy though because that's mainly on network TV versus cable.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, look, you gonna get like 2 seasons and then you can go do a different show. That's what I've noticed though. Like a lot of people praise network TV for their budget, but it comes at a cost of the quality pretty much. And
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy how you can have bad quality with a high budget.
that's what
That's
I'm
really what
saying.
gets me.
Because they just be putting that money into stupid shit that don't fucking matter to the show.
hmm Every time. And I've noticed on streaming shows though, them people be having fun. I don't know what Netflix or Hulu be paying them, but they love their jobs. Like those people,
I
they do
feel
a
like
great job on them type of shows.
if it's a streaming show and you're doing it like a binge way, you do have a lot more freedom as an actor. Cause like I feel like your schedule's a lot more free, since like you're not like actually having like a set due date most of the time for when you have to do shit. You have a day of when the fucking shows come out, but you don't have like a set day of like oh shit, all right, this episode gonna come out this week, so we gotta keep on going like boom 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 and shit like that. You're like, oh, this show ain't gonna come out
hmm
for another like 2-3 years. All right, we straight. All right, let's record the last episode right fucking now.
Oh, like I will say, a
Like,
lot of cable shows film their first season before they even announce the pilot to the public. That's what
mm-hmm,
they do, and they do it so that people aren't distracted. Because if you're filming every week for like when the show is like live and on, and so then it's kind of just like they're distracted by the public. You got hate comments coming in. Like you can't really focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
that's true.
So that's why streaming shows are so good because nobody knows that like nobody knows anything until the trailer comes out, and by the time the trailer comes out, the first season has already been finished, or at
Mm-hmm,
least probably even 2 seasons by then.
mm-hmm.
Like that show on Netflix Wednesday, they're already filming they already filmed all of season 1 and like half of season 2 I think by now. And they've been doing very good. Like I think they got 18 million No, it was 80 million streams on the first week of release.
Goddamn.
And that's huge. Like, I've heard about big numbers on Netflix, but like 80 million in 1 week for a streaming platform show, that's something you would hear on like network TV,
The thing is,
like Super Bowl.
that would be even hard for some network TV because network TV is live, and some niggas be working. Niggas be working, so you can't even fucking just have that like they be like, oh shit, I missed the first episode. You miss out like half your fucking views that you can get because of that. Streaming, they can just catch you whenever the fucking they want.
Pretty much.
Like, bro, I
That
just
would
got home
actually,
from a 24-hour shift. I'm over here at 4 a.m. getting in the house. Goddamn. Let me cut on this
That's
Netflix
what
show.
made me drop some shows as a kid. It's like I would come home and it's like they would be on a completely different arc from the last episode I was able to watch. And then it's like I wouldn't know what was going on and I would lose interest because of it. Like that's what happened to me with Blue Exorcist when it was airing on Cartoon Network.
I remember that. I remember I saw like the first part of Blue Exorcist. I thought it was cool, and then like I slept that the next Sunday, and now everybody was pregnant. There was some shit I didn't understand was happening. I was like, what the hell? Wait, hold on. Why are you black? Wait, hold on. I couldn't do it.
The Full Metal Alchemist for me too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've never gotten back to watching that because of it.
The thing is, the cool part about streaming, all that shit's on like on everything now. You can watch Full Metal Alchemist on Netflix and Hulu. Blue Exorcist on Hulu. Streaming is real good for anime, cause you can just see how long, like how many episodes it has, just so you can instantly say, oh hell no.
Oh, you're right.
And
That's my thing about it too. It's just like,
and you can see a
bro,
synopsis of the show.
if something is dog shit, I'm not watching it.
You can see a synopsis of the show too, saying like, "Oh hell no," because sometimes shows are just weird. If it's a show on like cable, sometimes the guide will give you like a small description, but some shows don't have that, so you just gotta full on watch that shit. And then you just wasted your fucking 30 minutes watching some bullshit.
Just like they do with there's a lot of animes like Toonami. I wasn't around when it first dropped, but I didn't remember cutting it on TV. Did they ever stream new stuff on there, or was it always just like reruns or repeats?
Toonami did have new things, yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't around for that, but I do remember I watched all of Akame Got Killed through Toonami, and I don't know how I managed to catch it in order, but I got really lucky as a kid, and I was able to catch the whole series in order. Well, actually, no, they didn't have every episode. They were missing like 2 or 3 episodes because I guess they weren't, allowed to have them, but I was able to see pretty much all of it, and then I looked it up for myself.
Okay. The thing about Toonami though is they have it like a lot of times with Toonami when they have new shit, it'd be like the first place you see like the English dub of some fucking show.
Yep.
And and also Space Dandy. Space Dandy was like original to Toonami. I love Space Dandy.
You know what?
That was good.
What streaming services do you guys have though? Like, what do you guys subscribe to currently?
Currently, I'm not subscribed to anything.
Understandable.
So you use satellite TV?
No, I just don't really watch TV. It's like if I'm gonna look something up, I'll just pull it up online through other means.
Understandable. I got Netflix. I got Hulu. I got Disney Plus. I don't fucking know what else I got. I just be stealing shit from my mama. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god! Oh, speaking of which, though, Netflix is talking about they're gonna start like making a way to where you can't password share because they're gonna like IP track it.
Yeah,
kind of
like
like
beat they fucking ass. You ain't gonna stop me from using my mama on Netflix.
Like my mama has a Hulu Live TV subscription, but since I live up here, I can't use the Hulu Live TV because they track your IP.
Yeah.
and they know like they're not up
get
there. So
bullied to the point where they actually like went back on that and tried saying it was a misprint just to
No.
like outright lie it
no,
away.
because they still won't let me do it.
I
To
think
this day, it
I
won't.
think Netflix are still going through it. Netflix either still going through with it or they already went through with it. Because they don't want you to share your password.
Netflix is still trying to go through with it, but they have not. But Hulu, oh, you can share passwords with Hulu, but you can't use the live TV. You can't share live TV and shit. No, they said no, bitch.
Which I think is very, very strange. Like, why the fuck can't I just use my family's shit?
'Cause they just want you to pay for their own shit so they make more money off of you.
And I hate it. Because sometimes people be broke. Sometimes people just like sharing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if they split? Why can't I just split the goddamn bill?
Right.
Honestly, though, like it's super. That's why I think it's getting super expensive, which is why bitch, I bootleg. I'm gonna just flat out say, grab bootleg the fuck. So let me not give the website away, but there's plenty of websites out there where you can just click, 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 and watch whatever you want, and they update the day of the episode showing. By the way, like I use this one website, and girl, I watch TV, and it be the episodes that be on TV be right on there like the next day. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I've seen YouTubers talk about this shit. I won't be surprised if them niggas just if one day the site just goes down because people have mentioned the site.
What, YouTube going
No,
down?
no, like
Oh, the other site. I know what you're
yes,
talking about. I mean, if it goes down, I know like 3 other sites. Like they're never gonna get rid of bootlegging. Bootlegging is gonna be. It's just like pirating
of
video games.
course.
It's gonna always be around.
Yeah,
If they take down that website I'm just gonna go to the next and the next and
It's
the next.
also a necessary evil for, preserving old content.
because they be
Yeah.
deleting shows off of these spots sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure do. And they delete it like it's nothing. Like they don't even care. They're just like, oh well,
They won't even
it's gone now.
They
What
won't
you
even
gonna
let you
do?
know. They'll just do it and say fuck you. They won't even let you know.
It's like the only ongoing show
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching is The Boys. Past that, I have not been watching ongoing television.
I've been watching some.
It's not worth it. Like the money that you have to put into like keeping up with these streaming platforms. I'm trying to think. I use my aunt's Peacock account. I use my aunt's HBO Max. I use my mama's Hulu, my mom's Netflix. I don't pay for these subscription services. If one
Me
person's paying
neither.
for it, we better all share.
I just
We
logged
better
into
all
Netflix.
share.
I just logged into Netflix on my phone to see if if they did do the password shit. No, they didn't. But it's crazy that there's a mobile game section on Netflix.
Mm.
There's a mobile. That's what I was
Games.
saying. There's a mobile game section. I logged in on my phone. There's a mobile game section, and the first game they have, it looks like pornish. It says it's called Too Hot to Handle. Love is a game. It's rated M for mature. What the hell?
What the heck?
And
That's some other shit we could bring up on this. All these streaming services will be trying to crack down on like adult content on them,
yeah,
but then proceed to have like the most malicious ads on their services.
they
A
have
lot of
malicious.
them
They have
don't
malicious
look like
ad, but then they
that.
have things. They also have things that are worse than just like straight up porn. Cause they'll straight up like have shit like they still got the Dave Chappelle specials up. They still got
Like
so they still
I
got
have
fucking the Jeffrey
personalized
Dahmer show.
ads turned off on my Google, right?
Yeah,
Anytime I go on my phone, it's like they will they will be advertising these like random mobile games
goddamn.
just straight up on the front page of YouTube, where it's like it'll be like the most sexual shit with it being barely cropped out of frame, or
Oh
it's
my
like it'll
god.
No.
be telling you, oh, you can generate not safe for work images with these AI and
Oh
all
yeah,
this
I
other
know
shit.
about that one.
And
Wait,
it's
did
like
y'all
that'll
see
be
the
advertised on the front page of YouTube if you have personalized ads disabled.
They say, yo, you ain't got no personalized ads. I bet a lot of people like horny shit. Here you go. You probably like it.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen the worst? Okay, so you know Love Boat and all these love shows that are like 90 Day Fiance or like what's the one? There's a show that like Can You Make It to the Altar? And it's like you're on a show where you're trying to find love, but your ex is trying to tempt you to come back to them and hook up with them and get with them. And it's like, can you
Yes.
make it to the altar without hooking up with your ex? And then but the worst one is MILFs. It's like it's MILFs, and it's where it's these moms. Okay, this is gonna be wild. Like it's these like 40-year-old mothers, right? And they're on the show to find love, but they don't know. They don't know who the contestants are going to be to like who they're going to be able to try to get with, right? Guess who the contestants are? Each other's sons. It's their sons,
Oh,
I
gosh.
thought that
and
shit
they
was
have
so
to.
weird.
Yeah, they have to make it work out with their sons.
I'm not gonna lie
And
though. I can
uh,
I can almost kind of understand because like they ain't got shit really. They've done everything else. They've done like as game shows and like dating shows or whatever. They've done all they really can. They got like what 28 fucking seasons of The Bachelor. I'm exaggerating. I don't know if they actually do have 28 seasons, but that could be a real
no,
number.
I think it is. The Bachelor is like they're trying to make it into Survivor, where they're gonna have like a season every damn year and trying to make it like some epic like love thingy. I'm gonna be real with you.
I
TV
just
love.
googled it. They are at 27 seasons.
I was real fucking close. That's scary.
Damn.
I was mad close. But yeah, they usually be having all those dumbass shows. They ain't got nothing else they really got going on. So they say, let's keep on making weirder and weirder fucking dating shows. We ain't got nothing else. Shit, like what?
And
Like,
ain't nobody gonna
hey, bro,
stop them either.
it's either we do this MILF shit or we gonna start trying to get prisoners to date. God damn it!
Mhm.
And I know nobody wants to see scared straight, but fucking dating. Scared LGBT, nah.
Nope. Also, a lot of these reality shows nowadays will like go out of their ways to exploit lower income people for just
Oh God,
producing entertainment people.
They do. They do. They love using. Oh my god.
TV is just
They love doing that
exploitative as
shit.
fuck. TV alone is just extremely exploitative.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say though, some of that shit is entertaining though for like a few episodes. I would never in my
Mhm.
fucking life watch a whole fucking season of that dumb shit. But I watch an episode or two.
I think that is like the big thing is it can be entertaining if it's like a one-off thing or something,
Oh God.
but it's like when it's like a long-term thing, it's not great because you see how it wears down on those people.
Mm-hmm. Like how long has Teen Mom been going on?
Oh my god, no. The new Teen Mom, they have a Teen Mom too.
The
And
thing is, Teen
it tell
Mom
me
2
why
isn't new. Wait, I gotta tell you, Teen Mom 2 is not new. That shit's been going on for over 10 years.
no, they have a new iteration of it. Did you see? You didn't let me finish.
My fault. They got
They
a
had a
new
new
Teen Mom
iteration of
2.
and it's black women. It's just only black women on there. I'm like, y'all are for real. We for real. We just like they only had black women up on there, and when they were advertising it, it was all black women. And I don't know if they were trying to be like, oh look, Black History Month, bitch, teen. We don't want a Black History Month for the damn teen mom. That is not the representation we looking for. Teen pregnancy, bitch. Really?
I think the
Well,
worst
that's not
part.
representation.
I think the worst part is MTV had made a movie of that shit. They made a Teen Mom movie.
Yeah, they made up. They They tried to just make it like it was gonna be a damn like the fucking Avatar show. They tried to make it like a series. They wanted to keep it going. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted a movie. They thought it was their money. They thought, hey, we in our bag right now. Look at us.
But the
We used to
thing
be for
is,
music videos, and now we show a teen pregnancy.
statistically, somebody is watching it. Somebody
Oh, yeah,
gotta be
definitely.
watching that shit for it to go on this long. Somebody
Somebody, oh no,
has
they're.
to.
I mean, but at the same time, we just watched MTV like 2 days ago because Drag Race is on there, and they had an ad for Best Fiends.
Oh
So are
yeah,
they
the smartphone
really?
game. They struggling.
They're having smartphone game ads, like Best Fiend, and they be having them ads you see on TikTok, where it be like the tower defense and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Like,
The ghettoest shit we've seen was when they had an ad inside of an ad. When they had a
oh
fucking
my god,
the
it was
commercial
a.
side of a commercial. When they had like the fucking it started with like some March Madness sports shit, and then out of nowhere, like the screen zoomed out and they said, "Hey, yo, you want to eat a Fridays?"
That's why I'm thinking like MTV needs to step out of the streaming game. They are not going. They're not going to
They're
win.
not doing good at
MTV.
streaming. They're part of Paramount though. They should they're like I could say like if all of the MTV shit just was on Paramount Plus and they did make it a separate app, because you buy Paramount Plus, you got MTV, but I don't think you should like have it be like, oh shit, download the MTV app if you want to see some MTV shit. Just log with your Paramount. Nigga, just put the shit on the Paramount stuff.
Like, if I'm being real, I don't like Paramount Plus. It's when it first came out, it was just felt like another look, a $15 subscription that I'm just not going to be able to afford. Like
Paramount didn't need to make a streaming service. Paramount did not need to make a streaming service. TV watching is tough, which is weird because it got very much HBO Max.
Oh yeah,
HBO Max is basically Warner Brothers one.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're doing so much. Like they're trying so hard to get these like money grab. Like they're trying to take advantage of the streaming service world, but it's not gonna work in the long run because people are realizing, why don't I just share an account? There's no point in me paying like I know people who pay $100 in subscriptions a month just because of all the shit they own.
I think the craziest part is thinking about it. Like they just be swapping shit anyway. Like they just be swapping properties. Like Warner Brothers gave Hulu the Animaniacs. Fucking Disney and Marvel let Netflix have Luke Cage and what's the fuck called Jessica Jones, was it? I mean that was before Disney Plus, but still.
I'll say this. RuPaul's Drag Race, I'll use that as a perfect example. It's been on
chopping around. I mean chopping around.
It was in the early 2000s. It was on Logo TV because they did the 2010s ish, or it was still pretty early, right? And it was on Logo because it was the only network that would put on like openly gay network and TV. And then they put on it was on Logo. And then it was on VH1. Then it was on Paramount Plus. Then it was on. Now it's on MTV. So sometimes it'd be on their own streaming service. Wild Presents, like they just be jumping like so much, like, and it's just like, yeah, look, a new season of the show, like I have to go buy another subscription service, and the only reason why they're jumping is because people are offering money to them because they have enough. They're fine with money. It's just that these networks are desperate for Drag Race because it's such a big show and it gets so much money and a lot of viewers and income. So they're dying to get this network, like to get this like channel. They're like, we need it. We need Drag Race. It's huge. It's big.
But I
also, if you want to call back to last week, they want it for controversy too, because that brings money.
The thing is also
they just want
networks did that before even streaming though. Because do you know how many channels Pokemon was on before they got to streaming? Because they were on Warner Brothers, then they were on Cartoon Network, then they were on Disney XD, and then they went back to Cartoon Network for a little bit, and now they're on Netflix.
I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of a difference between channels because if you have cable, you're like the basic cable package can pretty much get you all of those. like if you're paying like over $100 a month, you're probably gonna have all of those anyway.
Yeah,
Versus streaming services where you have to make an entire new subscription to keep paying for to watch it.
yeah.
Like
Because they making like
it's a
3 new
lot.
Pokemon shows and they're all gonna be on Netflix. So yeah.
Yeah, like that shit is insane to me.
It's like for some things, you can't even like watch the entire series in one place. Like there's this show called Baki. You can only watch like the 2 later parts of the show because that's on Netflix. The other parts, you want to find it? Go hunt, nigga.
Oh wow.
You fucking
Yeah.
Power Rangers, they got Mighty Morphin. And then the like 3 latest fucking Power Ranger series on Netflix. You want anything else? Fuck you. Don't ask me for shit. I gave you 4 shows, bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't care
They don't care.
at all.
They won't give you
I mean,
all
it's
of the shit.
whatever.
There's no place to watch every single like if there's a long series, there's no place to watch like every single episode of it.
Nope.
Or that's why I'm saying like when we talk about video game preservation. What's it
That was
called?
the first podcast.
Whatever.
Y'all remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, so that, right? We talk about that, but we never talk about media preservation, like
That's because
keeping TV shows alive,
it should be easier to do that. Because it is technically
it's
a little bit
obviously-
easier. It is technically easier because
it's obviously a problem.
it is a problem. It's definitely a problem. Because there is like I've seen shows like old cartoons get upscaled to 4K. But the problem with that is they don't have it in a way where you can stream them. So you gotta download those
You're talking
episodes.
about somebody.
Yeah,
You're
the
talking about
fans
somebody
have to do it.
bootlegging it, and illegally putting it online, and that's
That's
not
a problem.
That's
the companies won't actually
that's
do
not
that
that equal way.
because there's like for some
But at the
shows
same
you have to
time-
do that.
What they need to do is just like do what Disney Plus is doing. They have like almost all of their old shows on Disney Plus right now. Like you can go watch it. Like it's so easy. And I
Like-
feel like the problem is like Disney's the only company I know that's still doing that. Like HBO Max,
True.
they're killing their shows. If anything, HBO Max is literally saying, "Hey,
They
this
had
show ain't making us no
controversy about that.
money."
They had controversy
killing
about like
me.
taking off all their animation, knowing that animation was like a good chunk of what they were getting money from. They just killed that shit off, and like with that being said, they stayed doing that. They stayed killing shows off. They killed shows off when it was just like on Cartoon Network. They were killing, and they just won't bring them back. And like even if they were old shows that weren't even like that weren't getting new episodes, and you just wanted to like go back and watch them, can't. They just took them shits off, and that's that. And like the whole point of streaming is really supposed to be for like media preservation. Really, like that's like the biggest like thing for streaming is to preserve media. But they'll take that shit off. They'll take that shit off and say fuck you for it.
Like, I will say, does PBS have a streaming network? Like, do they go anywhere?
I know for a fact that there are some shows on Hulu because I've been watching rewatching some old shows on Hulu, but I don't know if they have like their own specific one.
I will say it would be kind of ghetto if PBS had a streaming network because they're supposed to be a free network that anybody with an antenna could use.
Actually, I remember what it was is like back in the day before streaming was really popping. They did like just drop episodes on their website for free. I remember they just dropped their episodes on their website for free, and they might still do that. I don't know if they still do that, but they
Apparently
could.
PBS does have a website. I just opened it.
Check and see if they still put their shows on there. Check and see they got Martha Speaks, dog. Check and see if they got Martha Speaks. That'll be the defining one.
If they have like Word Girl, Martha Speaks, and like those type of shows,
Maya Miguel, then they winning. All for free? For free?
I remember No. Do y'all remember? Okay, I remember when I get bored and I would go to like the Spanish channels and I would tune into like those things and I would see like English Dora, where she'd be talking Spanish and teaching English. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so smart. Look at me, the fuck!" Like, I don't know why I used to do that. Like, I was bored. I was just bored as a kid, so I just do shit like that. But that was the fun of having cable.
Yeah.
But you could do that with internet anyway. You could do that with not internet, but basic antenna.
You can watch PBS on their website. From what it looks
You can.
like.
Oh.
Let's go.
But at the same time, is the quality there? Because I know website versus having an application it's a big difference.
That's true.
Like, am I gonna be able to recognize My Miguel, or are they gonna look like 64-bit cartoon? Like,
are you using HTML?
Actually, it looks like it's only episode previews for some of these.
Oh, damn.
Let me see if there's any that have like the full shows.
yeah, they need to do the episode. They need to have the full series.
It varies per show, it seems like.
It's very per show. Damn. Well, Hulu right there. Hulu got some things.
Hulu does, and Hulu, I really appreciate them for what they do.
Mm-hmm. And I respect that because Hulu do be having like a lot of the old shows that like Hulu don't be taking shit off like that. I like Hulu for that.
They do also have a button for the live TV for PBS, but you need to give them your location to do it. So fuck that.
Okay, I understand.
Oh, so you got to give them some info.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because not every area has like is able to stream PBS like that.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch.
Was it okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they have
where I was in California?
Did they have PBS in I almost said British land, the UK?
I think they do. I mean, if they don't, they use BBC, and BBC got some shit like that. BBC Kids got some shit like that.
Because I could have sworn I heard some UK people talking about something. Oh, we have like something like PBS. I was like, oh my god, like y'all was watching Arthur and his big head, or like people like,
I'm looking on Netflix not Netflix, Hulu right now. Let me see what they got. I look up PBS. Thing that comes up Sesame Street. It says Sesame Street is a network. I touch it. Only thing I see is the electric company. Nigga, that is not Sesame Street. That's the only show y'all got in there. That's not Sesame Street.
Not gonna lie, Sesame Street was big enough to have its own channel. They could have did that.
That's true.
Sesame Street could have easily had their own channel, but I don't know why they missed out on the opportunity. Because it's not like they couldn't be like, they definitely could have asked for it, and they probably would have got it because it's the biggest. I think in history, it is the biggest and longest running like kids friendly network.
Mm-hmm. That shit's been going on for a long ass time. Oh, they also got Curious George on here. I forgot about that show. I remember the Curious George show. They got that shit right here. A lot of people forgot about
I love Curious George.
I bet you not.
I love Curious George. Oh my god.
I loved it too. I bet you not many people watching it today though, but they still keep it on there, and I'm glad for that.
The theme song went hard. It was like
it really
the
did.
jazz little background. And the drum, the little bongo drums at the beginning. It was like doom 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 doom.
Every day, some curious. That shit went hard.
It did.
That shit went dummy.
There is like a current topic going around on like social media right now. People talking about some like cable kids versus like antenna kids, or like. I think it's funny that they call them like antenna kids, but that's what they were growing up. I mean, I had an antenna at one point and shit.
Antenna wasn't bad though. PBS was hard. PBS went hard.
Antenna was not bad.
Like depending.
I will say though,
as I said, I didn't have cable.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some some antenna shows were better than some cable shows. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, no question.
It was like that until it came down to like. For me, it was like when somebody would walk in front of the TV and the shit would go all staticky. I'm like,
Uh
bruh,
huh.
like move, or somebody would like move in a certain way, or I'm like, you doing too much. You need to sit down. Like you sometimes you had to be like a mummy, depending on what room you were in, to
Mm-hmm.
keep it from like going like fading out and shit.
Antenna was so finicky with that. That's not a problem with streaming unless you got a real bad Wi-Fi connection.
The new antennas are pretty good though. The ones you
That's
stick on
true.
your wall, and they're just
Yeah.
Dude,
those
I'm
are good.
basically always on Wi-Fi because we only have satellite in my area. Even with a wired connection, you may as well be on Wi-Fi.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And that's why I've been really like I'm glad I've been able to inform people about like don't upgrade your plan, just invest in a router because the money you're gonna spend upgrading your plan, you could just spend that on getting like a better router or anything because these
Oh no.
companies are trying to scam you.
They
Like
really are. The company that I'm using internet for, they said that my fucking like internet router modem bullshit costs $300 if I break it. They said, "Hey, yo, that shit is worth $300. Do not fuck it up." And it's like this bullshit was $300. I paid 50 for something way better. Why do you lie to me?
It don't even take $300 to make it either. Is some shit.
It don't take
it
$300 to
don't
make 3 of these. The fuck you mean?
bitch, it's plastic. It is. Ain't no plastic costing $300 to produce.
Nigga, this
It
is a
just ain't.
$20 smartphone with a hotspot. I know you fucking lying.
And if it did cost $300 to produce it, y'all fucked up. Cause how the fuck? And it's
Nope.
crazy because
Your financial
the way
decisions
it's
ain't
built,
decisioning.
the way it's built is it's a router and a modem in one. And they straight up told us to our face, like we were talking to them on the phone about the service one time. They said, whenever it comes down to like a storm or like some type of like interference in connection, they focus on the mobile data more than they do the home internet, so they will reduce your speeds.
Mm-hmm.
They straight up told us that.
Straight
And I
up.
thought that was some bullshit.
Like, nigga, like, if I'm working for home, I'm not using my Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. I'm going to use my internet that I paid for. My internet costs more than my phone bill. Fuck you. Why the fuck would you tell me that? I almost started a war.
That is true though. They be making like. Should we just say the brand? No, we might get a brand deal in the future. That's we should not say
I might get a brand deal in the
but,
future. Plus, they might be like seeing my internet. They say, "Oh, you talking shit on our internet, nigga? See if I don't drop your goddamn speeds right now. I see you streaming."
You know what's funny? It just
Yeah,
spiked. It
Oh,
just
damn.
Now
spiked.
they
Damn.
can because net neutrality is gone.
I forgot about net neutrality. I hate it.
That's why it's like that's why I constantly get throttled too where I'm at because there ain't.
Wait, what
anything
happened with that? I
stopping
forgot
me.
about that.
Net neutrality
completely forgot
basically
that
made it
happened.
where your ISP can't throttle you for going certain places on the internet.
Oh, they took that away. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
When did they do that? Because I remember hearing about it, but the thing about it was like the rumors kind of dropped like a year after people talked about it, and I was like, oh my, what's going on?
Because they thought it was a trend. They treated it like a trend, so then they stopped talking about it. So then it's like, so the nigga was able to actually get his fucking bill passed.
Mm.
And I thought
Oh
that was
yeah,
tragic. Because damn, what could you
I've
do in that
noticed.
situation? People got bad fucking attention span. What do you do about it? You can't have them just. You ain't One Piece. You can't just keep their attention for years.
To be fair,
People forgot.
Nobody watches the news anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody in this generation. Let me specify for all the boomers that might be watching, being like, I watch the news. Nobody in our generation
Also,
clicks on the TV to go to the news.
any boomer watching me, y'all can hit that follow button. Y'all like Wheel of Fortune? I play Wheel of Fortune sometimes. I know y'all like Wheel of Fortune.
Like that one. Never mind. Let me stop. We had a late. Oh my gosh! I don't know if there's still like a fan. We had somebody watching our Wheel of Fortune stream, and tell me why. Like she would like participate in the game and like telling us what to pick, and like I feel like it's that old people knowledge.
Yes. Always watch. Always help us out on Wheel of Fortune. Have fun. Like it's like you actually watching the show. Yeah, watch me like the show. I'm gonna help me make money.
Mm-hmm.
Help
But
me make
yeah,
money
so
by hitting the follow button. Keep on. Fuck you, Dragon. That's why you ain't on this podcast. And you ain't gonna be on the next one neither. I was gonna have you on the next one because you said some shit. Now you ain't gonna be on the next one.
wait. So Fate, do you have any subscriptions?
Really, the only one I can think of is Netflix. I'm guilty of watching TV sometimes, but I blame my mother
I'm not gonna. I
because it's
can't hold
because
you.
of her
TV's cool
her few
sometimes.
channels that she barely watches.
Damn.
All these channels and barely watching them.
Cause them shits be expensive too.
It's like fuck, might as well like go through the guide and watch something. Paying all this money for some damn cable. I mean, might as well.
But then you find out that it's not even nothing good.
Nah.
And I think it's crazy because I do be watching live TV sometimes. It do be fun. I'm not gonna lie. Live TV, like it hits different once you like if you were like stuck on streaming and then you just recently just go back to live TV, it's fun. It's fun. The commercials are bad, but sometimes it feels nostalgic. I'm not gonna lie, because like you just cut on live TV and you just catch a show that's like you remember from back in the day, or it's a show that's like you like watching. It's a good episode that you like. You just caught the start of it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. I'm gonna enjoy this. The commercials are from like the same commercial you saw when you was a little kid. It's like these niggas still ain't update their advertising. Okay, whatever. It reminds me of back in the day. Okay, it makes me feel good seeing my memories and shit. It was so entertaining. It's kind of fun. It feels good going back to the old days with it.
Yeah.
You just cut on the TV and you see an episode of Chowder. That shit hit different.
For real. It just sucks that cable packages aren't like customizable. They're like, oh, if you want this channel, you got to get this whole other package and pay this amount.
Because that's a little too much freedom, and they'll have to like they'll be they'll have to like fucking actually do math about your prices and shit. Like, okay, so you want only 2 extra channels? Damn, these channels ain't really that expensive, so I ain't gonna add too much to your bill. Alright, you won't get 5 more channels for $50 more.
And I hated that. Just wanted this one or a couple channels I wanted to watch. Had to come with all these other channels. I wasn't gonna watch them. I wasn't fascinated with those.
They do that they do that on cable, but on satellite, they let you buy them singly, but they'll charge you like double, if not triple the price.
True, meow. You know what,
Meow,
Dragon?
Why would you redeem that when the stream's at the end in 2 minutes?
On God, stupid, meow. Fuck
Just
you.
wasted. Actually wasted your points.
You ain't getting your points back neither, meow.
Yeah, but anyways, you guys got any other things to add to it, or are we done?
Any final words from you? Absolutely. Any final words?
No, not that I can think of.
Understandable. Fate, any final words?
Nope, I said what I had to.
Okay. Aloe vera sauce, any final words?
No, I'm pretty chill.
Okay, I got some final words though. I love TV. I love shows. But I will say the one thing that streaming made ass was the fact that a lot of shows nowadays are a lot more serialized versus episodic. Because I like episodic shows where it's just like you could just cut in on any random episode and it'll be like the same as you watching season 1 Like, ain't shit really different from season 1 to this season story wise. It's just a whole bunch of funny jokes or like some cool action or whatever. Know what I mean? But yeah, streaming fucked that up. Streaming made it so every show is serialized. But okay, I love y'all. I love y'all.
Got a TV in my room anymore.
Understandable. I hope your mama them good, your daddy, auntie, uncle, all them good. I'm gonna see y'all. I ain't gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm doing shit tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. Depends on how I feel. If not Wednesday, Friday, depending on how I feel. And if not Friday, I'm gonna see you next week Sunday, cause we always
This man ain't even meow for dragon.
meow meow. My fault. Meow 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 meow. Cause y'all know me. I don't be streaming a lot all the time because meow. I be lazy.
Hold on. I do got a final word.
Okay,
Dragon, you said you got 2K more? Okay, watch out make the price higher so you can't do it no more.
You right as fuck. Meow. So yeah, y'all see me probably Wednesday. If not Wednesday, just hit me up on Twitter. Y'all just look at my Twitter. I'll be talking about funny shit sometimes, meow. And I love y'all. I want you to go down the street, right? Down the street, yeah, from your house. Down to there's a little pet shop. You know the little pet shop. Of course you know the pet shop. It's the biggest shop like across the street. That's Pet Stop or Petco, whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah, I want you to go in there, see if the dogs are in there being taken care of, and see if the cats are being taken care of. And if you see somebody that looks like me, help them out. That's probably my cousin. I love y'all. Bye bye. I said I